This is genuinely insane. Whilst you lot over in the States are reveling in your new president sending people away that shouldn't be here, illegal immigrants, we unfortunately in the UK, old Blighty, are having to deal with 1 in 12 in London is illegal for some unbeknownst reason, and they're just here because I guess we're farming illegal immigrants now and state dependents. But not only that, I mean, this is clearly alarming, very, very alarming. The capital city of the UK is just populated by immigrants. It actually has a majority non-white settled there now, so that's strange, quite frankly. I know people would be like, well, why does that matter? I think it matters. I think it's very odd that the native Brits, native English, are not in their capital city. But this is what's insane. What's this? Asylum seekers are loitering outside a school and the police have responded, it's a cultural issue. Can we have some of the gusto that Trump has, in the States? Can we have some of that attitude here? Can we have some of that attitude? Just a little bit would be great. Just a little bit of protection for children would be fantastic. Now, this is obviously quite concerning, knowing that there are certain cultures that have a propensity to children. It's recently been made legal in Afghanistan that you can marry and obviously fornicate with children aged 9. So probably shouldn't be having Afghanis in this country if they subscribe to that element of their culture, because that's pretty incompatible with the West. I know that's a radical belief, but I think, pedophiles are not massively welcome in the West, even at the best of times. So this is obviously quite concerning. But it's not just this, ladies and gents. We're going to look at what the Home Office, sort of their view on all of this is as well. The Home Office is basically the state that we have, the sort of state machine apparatus behind everything in the UK. So we're going to dive into this. Hit subscribe if you are new here or indeed you're a returning viewer. It'd be great to have you here more often. If you enjoy video, I say enjoy. This is nothing to really enjoy, is it? But, if you like videos like this, people talking unabashedly about this kind of stuff, it'd be great to have you here. So do hit subscribe. But this is, again, pretty shocking, to be honest. Police have told migrants to adhere to cultural expectations following reports that they were loitering outside a primary school. They shouldn't be here at all. They shouldn't be here. We shouldn't be spending £8-9 billion a year housing third worlders. They just shouldn't be here. Like this, I know this is like a radical thing to state, and I know this may sound really far right and bigoted. But if there are any British people, any English people, Scottish people, Irish people, Welsh people, any of those people on the streets or destitute, none of these people should be here. We shouldn't be housing them. Those people should be housed. These people should not be. My tax, and your tax watching this, should not be spent housing the third world at a detriment to society and culture. We should be looking after our own first. I know, radical far-right belief, apparently. Bizarre. But yeah, so they've been loitering around a school. Northamptonshire police said it would deliver some work around appropriate behaviours. Radical thought. If they need to be told that hanging around a school and taking photos of children is not appropriate, go home. Send them home. They shouldn't be here. It's really that simple. If you have to educate these individuals that taking photos of children and hanging around a school is not appropriate, they don't belong here. Be gone. Detritus. So there's been lots of complaints of men hanging around near the school. So the force pledged to work with a hotel housing asylum seekers, they're economic migrants, and step up patrols after the reports of suspicious activity in the village of Dean Shanga. Migrants have been staying in a hotel at my expense outside the village for around 3 years and are among thousands living in temporary accommodation across the country. However, in recent months, there has been increasing concern over young men loitering near a primary school. Now, primary school is baby school, basically. So, up to, I think it's about 10 or 11. So these are very young children that these men are watching and apparently filming. But the police, in a usual turn of events, are like, there's no risk. Yeah, definitely no risk, mate, because we definitely don't have a child grooming issue in this in the UK. No, definitely, there's no risk at all. No risk at all, because that would be far right and bigoted to notice patterns. Sergeant Lorna Clark. You know what offends me about this so much is that's a woman. Well, I presume it's a woman. Might be a modern day woman, but it's a woman. Where's your maternal instinct, you scum? From the neighbourhood policing team issued an update to residents in which she confirmed the force had received several calls from people concerned about males hanging around the primary school at drop-off and pick-up. She said that there had been several posts on social media and WhatsApp and that she had personally spoken to those concerned and the school. Sergeant Clark said that after speaking to people directly and having her officers attend the hotel, they had not identified a risk to anyone and, quote, there is no evidence to support that any offences had taken place. Where's your maternal instinct? Look after the children of England, you utter scumbag. Gross. Oh, what? There's no risk because they told you so. You went to the hotel and they said, no, don't worry, we're not doing that. We don't have any predatory behaviour. What kind of an investigation was this? Oh, there's no risk. There's no evidence. Did you look at people's phones? No, you didn't, did you? You didn't look at the phones gifted to these economic migrants from my tax money. You didn't look at their phones and they told you that there's no risk. Oh, well done. Well done. Rest assured, it's fine. She added, while I fully appreciate the community's concern, I ask that people don't take this matter into their own hands, but continue to speak to the police about any incidents they witness. Well, it's fine. You said that there's no issue, so there's not going to be no more incidents, is there? Or any concerns they have. We are well linked in with the hotel and can deliver some work there around appropriate behaviours and different cultural expectations. In a letter to parents last month, the school said it had been made aware of some men hanging around outside the school during drop-off and pick-up times. The fact that the men are there specifically at the time when the children are outside and the school thought, they saw fit to contact people, there's clearly something going on. The hotel where the asylum, they're literally, taking it seriously. The hotel where the asylum seekers are staying is separated from the school's playing field by a large field. But the school said it had contacted police and urged parents to be extra vigilant. As an extra precaution, we'll be keeping children away from the back of the field for the time being. I mean, it doesn't sound good, does it? Let's be honest. Every day since September, the men have been stood outside filming. That's a mother of 4. And another one was like, it's a safeguarding issue. Police had to be seen regularly outside the school. Oh, but there's no issue. No, there's no issue at all. No, that sounds like the police go, there's definitely an issue here. We definitely need to attend, but we definitely need to tell people there's no issue because otherwise that might be bigoted and far right. Can't notice anything. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And there's loads and loads of reports of this. When I take my dogs down to the pocket park, down the road, I don't always feel safe. I've stopped doing walks there as a result. I go to the other park instead after my children told me to stop going because of the men. There's just men hanging around, just men. Why are they here? If diversity is such a strength, Why are their countries such shitholes? And I know people will go down below in the comments, that's because you bombed them. No, we didn't, actually. No, not all of them. No, we didn't. Anyway, this just keeps going on and on and on and on and on. But here's the real interesting thing. This is ridiculous. So Rupert Lowe, good MP, Member of Parliament, has written to the Home Secretary and says, Dear Home Secretary, there have been disturbing media reports that illegal migrants being housed in hotel accommodation have been seen hanging around local primary schools, including claims of filming. This is not an isolated incident, because it's not. This happens quite often. Dozens of parents have contacted me privately from across the country with similar problems, all of which have been encouraged to go to their local police. My position is that all of these illegal migrants should be immediately detained and deported. The fact that men can just turn up on the shore of the UK in a boat from France, probably given to them by some ridiculous NGO that I fund via my tax money, fucking ludicrous, and just get given a hotel and then be allowed out of the hotel freely when we don't know who they are is mental. That's mental, especially from countries that, as a culture, we literally say, hey, that historical grievance you've got with the West, you're definitely oppressed. Yeah, white men definitely oppressing you, because that's what we do in the UK. DEI and all that woke shit. We're told that we teach them that they're victims here. Yeah, so those people definitely wouldn't have a grievance with the UK. Definitely not. But it's fine for them to walk around. Yeah, that's real smart. Evidently, your government does not share that view. With that in mind, will you consider implementing strict rules around any migrant accommodation to ensure that they are not allowed to leave unaccompanied? Or at the very least, the enforcement of a curfew and a banning order on these men, preventing them from going within a certain distance of establishments where children are in attendance. A GPS tagging system would be appropriate. Something has to change. It's simply not acceptable to have these unchecked individuals free to roam our streets. We do not know who these men are. I can't get into the United States without going through passport, control. But these men can turn up on the shore, just walk around the UK. I can't even come back to my own country without going through passport control. But these men can turn up on a boat, again, funded probably by my tax, by some ludicrous NGO, and they're just free to roam the UK. Amazing. So smart. We do not know who these men are, where they've come from, or what their true motivations are. They should be kept away from children. Yeah, perfectly fair. Oh, it gets worse, though. It actually gets worse. This is what I mean. This is utterly insane. I asked the Home Office how many people scheduled for deportation have absconded in each of the last 5 years. The answer, the Home Office does not hold any central record of the requested information. Why? Why do you not hold information on how many people have just gone missing? Shouldn't we know how many people have gone missing? Oh, well, apparently, they're all in London. 1 in 12 people living in London is an illegal immigrant. And again, remember, that's probably underreported. It's probably significantly more than that. I'm paying for detritus to live, whilst I have to pay for the most expensive electric in the world. It's amazing. I love the UK. No, in all honesty, I do actually love England. I think England's a great country and could be amazing. But we have absolute imbeciles in charge, or evil people. Probably probably both, actually. Probably stupid and evil. Terrible combination. And also incredibly weak men. And a weak society. A weak society that feels like we can't talk about this stuff. Admittedly, there are some laws which indicate we can't talk about this stuff because, you get arrested for this stuff. But we have a weak society in England now, and Scotland and Wales. You're all weak. The men here are weak. People should be free or feel free to be able to talk about this stuff. It is unacceptable that near 50% of social housing in the UK goes to people that were not born here. That's retarded. It's not acceptable that the UK taxpayer is paying for its own demise. Not acceptable. It's not acceptable that within 30 years, or thereabouts, white English people will be a minority in the UK. That's not acceptable. These things are not okay. And it's okay to say it. Anyway, slight different video, I guess. But I see these things and I get incredibly annoyed. And it helps me vent. So if you enjoy venting, please do hit subscribe. But leave your thoughts down below. Vent away. Take care. Bye-bye now.